All right, hello. Okay, so it's been a couple hours, easily. Remember, you could let it rise for at least 3 hours. Should be about double in size, okay? I actually, be honest with you, it got late last night. I put it in the refrigerator and let it just rise in the refrigerator overnight. Remember, that can really develop the flavors in the bread. Kind of like almost like a sourdough kind of thing. Sourdough takes a lot longer though. But anyways, so now we're gonna punch it down or deflate it or knock it down. So the yeast been building up carbon dioxide and alcohol fumes. It's puffed that out, doubled its size. Now we're gonna knock it down and we're gonna shape the loaf. We're just gonna do what they call a cob loaf, or I just call it free forming it. You're not gonna put it in a bread pan or anything, okay? So here's the bread. All right, now remember, originally, it was probably this big. It was really small, so it's easily doubled in size. Okay, we'll just pull that out. Okay. Yeah, actually, if you want to, you could knock it down in the pan like that. Just punch it down. And then what we're gonna do is we'll pull it out. It shouldn't stick to the board. If it does stick, just use a little flour. Okay, so we're gonna kind of roll it out, kind of like, we're just gonna shape the loaf. We want the bread to be kind of tight. And we're kind of going for this round, free form or cob loaf. So right there, kind of tuck everything under. Okay, dough looks pretty good, right? It's nice. Okay. And it's kind of still cold, but so if you do refrigerate it overnight, it's gonna take longer to rise before you put it in the oven. So if you're working in one day, you do it one day, you could probably let it rise for an hour, okay? This, I might have to let it rise for 2 hours because it's kind of cold. Once again, you're almost going for that doubled kind of sized loaf of bread, okay? So we're just gonna put it on a sheet pan. I got this pizza pan here. I like to use parchment paper. All right, you could just put a little oil down. It just prevents that bread from sticking. If it does stick, just use a metal spatula or a knife, and it should come right off, but the parchment paper will prevent it from sticking. So there you go. Okay, I'm gonna turn this a little bit so we get, that light is coming in, you can't see it. Okay, there you go, okay? So now we're gonna let this sit, like I said, 1 hour. If it's already warm, this can take about 2 hours. Oh, you should gently cover it. Like I said, you kind of want to create that blanket. If you have a large plastic bag, that works a lot better. I was gonna put it in a clean garbage bag, but I thought that might not go well. But really, if it's nice when it's clear, this way you can see it. If you only have plastic wrap, just lightly drape it over. It's a little windy this morning. So you don't want to make it tight. You want to give that bread, the dough, give it room to rise or proof. And I'll tell you about that later on in the next video. So wait at least an hour. I'm gonna wait about a couple hours because this is nice and cold. And then we're gonna pop it in a 450 degree oven. So you could start preheating your oven. You wanna really get that oven nice and hot. And we're gonna put a pan of water in it. But I'll show you that in the next video. So let's let this sit. And this is, so we punched down the dough. Okay, we had one rise. We shaped the loaf to just a free-form loaf. And now we're gonna let that rise, like I said, an hour, or almost, kind of like almost doubles in size, okay? And then, oh, it's gonna be so good. All right, thanks again. And God darn it, that light. Okay, I'll talk to you in an hour.